Into the Verse, a Star Citizen short story. Episode 1. The Player. The dim glow of our player's computer screen illuminated his makeshift cockpit, casting an otherworldly aura in his dimly lit room. Towering stacks of game boxes, vintage and modern, lined the shelves, bearing witness to his lifelong obsession with gaming. Amidst this sanctuary of pixels and code, our player sat, donning his headset like a pilot preparing for flight, his fingers poised over the dual sticks of his custom controller setup. In the digital expanse of Star Citizen, our player shed his ordinary identity to become Citizen P, a name whispered in admiration and awe among the game's vast community. His reputation wasn't just built on skill. It was woven from the threads of his boundless passion and his insatiable thirst for adventure within the virtual cosmos. But this night was different as our player delved deeper into the virtual expanse. Navigating his ship through the stars with the precision of a seasoned captain, he couldn't shake the feeling of anticipation tinged with unease. The hum of his rig, the gentle whir of his cooling fans, and the soft click of his controllers formed a symphony that echoed through the silent hours of the night. Little did our player know, the lines between his real and virtual worlds were about to blur in ways he could never have imagined. Determined to push the boundaries of his skills, our player set his sights on the most challenging mission yet, the multiplayer Golden Ticket quest. This mission was unlike any other, promising not just fame and fortune, but also danger and betrayal. To secure the coveted ticket and deliver it to the RC distribution center on Microtech, our player would have to navigate a treacherous web of deceit, facing off against both players and NPCs who would stop at nothing to claim the prize. To locate the elusive golden ticket, our player embarked on a series of 5 perilous missions, each one pushing him to the limits of his abilities. Mission 1. Take down 5 Ninetales fighter ships. Mission 2. Infiltrate a Ninetales bunker and steal Hammerhead access codes. Mission 3. Board a Ninetales Hammerhead spaceship mid-flight, undetected, and extract the location of the golden ticket from the captain's computer using the access codes from the bunker. Mission 4. Break into the heavily fortified Ninetales base and retrieve the ticket amidst waves of enemy resistance. Mission 5. Deliver the ticket to the RC distribution center on Microtech while evading relentless pursuit. With determination burning in his heart, our player dove headfirst into the challenges that lay ahead. Each mission tested his skill, cunning, and resourcefulness, pushing him to the brink of exhaustion, but ultimately making him stronger and more resilient. As he delved into the first mission, our player found himself facing off against some of the most skilled pilots in the verse, but his custom cockpit and keen instincts gave him the edge he needed to emerge victorious, each defeated opponent bringing him one step closer to finding the bunker which holds the access codes he needs. The subsequent missions were no less daunting. Infiltrating the Ninetales bunker required nerves of steel as our player navigated darkened corridors and bypassed security systems with precision and finesse. As he bypassed security systems and outmaneuvered patrolling guards and securing the Hammerhead codes with a sense of triumph. But it was the third mission that truly tested our player's mettle. Boarding the Hammerhead spaceship undetected in mid-flight was no easy feat, but his risky gambit paid off. With his heart pounding in his chest, our player slipped past enemy patrols and accessed the captain's computer, extracting the vital information needed to identify the location of the golden ticket with precision and skill. With 3 missions down and 2 to go, our player faced his greatest challenge yet. Breaking into the heavily fortified Ninetales base pushed him to his limits, forcing him to confront waves of enemies with dwindling resources and mounting desperation. Yet, against all odds, he emerged victorious, clutching the golden ticket in his hands as he made his escape. The journey to Microtech was fraught with peril as our player navigated through hostile territory. Every moment a battle for survival as players and NPCs alike hunted him down with relentless determination, evading pursuit at every turn. But as he finally arrived at the RC distribution center, his heart pounded with anticipation. He had overcome insurmountable odds, faced unimaginable dangers. He was so close, but not done yet. With his ship, the F-7 Hornet Mark II, barely functioning, he came in for a very hard landing, or more like a crashing. As he crash-landed at the RC Distribution Center, our player stumbled out of his damaged ship, adrenaline coursing through his veins. He couldn't help but marvel at the sheer magnitude of what he had accomplished. He had fought tooth and nail, facing off against countless adversaries in a battle for survival that had pushed him to the brink of his abilities. As he glanced back at his battered ship, flames licking at the twisted metal, our player couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in the F-7 Hornet's resilience. Avenger 1 had doubted its capabilities, but our player had proven that it was more than capable of holding its ground in the heat of battle. With determination burning in his heart, our player sprinted towards the entrance of the RC Distribution Center. The golden ticket clutched tightly in his hand, but as he approached, his heart sank at the sight of two ships touching down and a swarm of players emerging from within. Without a moment to spare, our player knew he had to act fast. With every fiber of his being, he pushed himself to run faster, holding down on shift, dodging incoming fire and weaving through the chaos that surrounded him. Finally, reaching the entrance, our player thrust the golden ticket into the hands of the awaiting RC official, his chest heaving with exhaustion and relief. With a grateful nod, the official ushered him inside where safety and sanctuary awaited. As our player collapsed onto a nearby bench, the weight of his journey finally catching up to him, he couldn't help but smile. Beads of sweat trickled down his forehead, mingling with the dust and grime of battle, as he reflected on the trials he had overcome. Each victory had been hard fought, each challenge met with unwavering determination and courage. He had defied the odds, pushed himself beyond his limits, and emerged triumphant against all odds. But as he caught his breath and gazed up through the skylight, his mind buzzed with questions. What awaited him now that the golden ticket had been delivered? What prize had he earned with his blood, sweat, and tears? The speculation among players ran rampant, with theories ranging from a lavish sum of credits to a coveted F-8 Lightning fighter pilot ship. As our player waited patiently for his prize, anticipation gnawed at his insides, mingling with the exhaustion that weighed heavy on his limbs. But just as he began to wonder if his efforts had been in vain, the screen before him suddenly flashed white, engulfing him in a blinding light that seemed to sear through his very being. Within an instant, our player found himself engulfed by the virtual world of Star Citizen, his surroundings morphing and shifting around him until he stood within the game itself. His heart pounded in his chest as he took in his new reality, his mind reeling with disbelief. Is this the prize of the golden ticket? Our player whispered to himself, his voice barely audible over the hum of the virtual world around him. But even as he marveled at the intricacies of his surroundings, a nagging question tugged at the corners of his mind. How do I get out of here? Back to reality. Our player's voice echoed in the empty expanse of the game, the words hanging in the air unanswered. For all his triumphs and victories, he now faced his greatest challenge yet, navigating the vast and unknown depths of the virtual universe, in search of a way back home to his reality. To be continued.